Can I ask you something? All these like memories and timelines. How do you decide what's real? Look around, figure out what you believe is true right now, and just commit to it.
Preventing quantum spillage. You know what I'm saying? Simply put, you know what I'm saying? It simply goes back to triggers and dimensions, and how being triggered can bring you into a certain dimension. But when I'm saying like with the quantum leaking, or the siphoning of our energy, it's basically you leak quantumly. So say for instance you're in a conversation, you're now presently in a conversation with a woman, or in my case, what I'm saying, I'm talking to a beautiful sis, and all of a sudden something is said or done that triggers me to go into a dimension that I'm no longer in, and that energy starts to spill into our conversation. Like again, quantumly, that energy from my past spills into the dimension I'm in. I'm in a dimension of talking to, a beautiful queen in the moment, but due to the trigger, now I got all kind of old dimensions spilling into our conversation. So in essence, I'm not necessarily getting a chance to really be present or really be there with her in that, conversation, because I'm kind of spilling, all this quantum spillage from other dimensions and other, spaces is coming into the space I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? Quite simply, because of course we want to understand the deeper scientific explanations of it, but ultimately it's like, all right, well, what does this mean for my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does this mean for my everyday? What's the solutions? How to help myself? But again, just understanding that, the importance of why it's so key to, what I'm saying, remove triggers, not be so reactive towards triggers, I should say, to say it better, not be so reactive towards our triggers, because again, it's old energies leaking in to your now experience. Or you ever been talking to somebody? This is how it happens on just the mundane human level. You've been talking to somebody and their past connection with something is so strong that they constantly like bringing up the past, like, oh, when I used to stay here, this and that, like basically just keep going into their past, but they keep going into their past so much, it prevents the conversation they in the moment from moving forward, because they keep, what I'm saying, and I remember this and that, and so-and-so was so nice to me. I miss so-and-so, man. So-and-so used to do this and used to do that. It's like, it's like, well, shit. How, the conversation isn't going any further than, that person speaking up on their past constantly. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's just another way, a human mundane way of how that type of energy leakage from another dimension, another space that you experienced, you know what I'm saying? But in essence, a dimension, because it is like it's a space, there's a certain width, length, height, you know what I'm saying? Certain geometrical shape, you know what I'm saying? Distinctive to that experience, and that geometrical shape shows up, aka you triggered into that dimension, so that dimension, that quantum connection spills into the one right now, and the easiest way everybody could get this is, again, like with relationships, you know what I'm saying? You dating, but you were so traumatized by your ex, your last experience, that you keep, bringing it in, because even as me doing a YouTube channel, I had to be aware of that, where like at a certain point I went through certain things, and I noticed in my videos, you know, I was kind of like somewhat keep shining a spotlight on something that, you know, I was in essence supposed to, like, I done shine enough of light on it to the point where it's like, all right, now it's time to move forward. But here it is, you know, in essence, you know, not having the clearest vibration in some of my videos because of, you know what I'm saying, that quantum leakage and spillage from another space or dimension, you know what I'm saying? So taking care of our, you know, spiritual hygiene is very key and important. And something to also remember, just, you know, straightforward and easy. You know, don't be scared about it. You know, because when it's said like this, it's like, oh shit. You know, it kind of shows you how, you know, important it really can be. But it's like either we're in alignment with source or we're not. And the universe, you know, gratitude for the universe, you know, blessing some of us with the ability to get prepared for the fact that, hey, you want to always be in alignment with your intuition and the being, you know what I'm saying? You don't never want that to be something of, you know, question, you know what I'm saying? Because the further we go forward, you know, the more important it is to always just be in alignment with your inner being, you know, because it could, you know, look uglier and uglier if you make a decision that's not in alignment with your inner being. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go in that space, you know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're constantly, you know, taking care of your spiritual hygiene, staying in tune with the intuition, being where you need to be, you know. And again, you know, preventing those quantum spillages, quantum leakage. But yeah, that's basically it.